What should be happening in the Biden administration right now that isn't going on?
Yeah, there are two main things that they should be doing in the days that they have left. The first is to get testing out there. I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing, it doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it. We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families, for the clinicians taking care of them so that we aren't waiting for public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and get ready. The talk is already brewing. I saw it on my morning news yesterday. We had some former leader of Planned Parenthood on the news talking about how everyone had to get this new jab. Why? Because reasons. That's right. The brewings, the language is very eerie around another lockdown, more forced jabs. It's like they learned nothing the last time, and this time they're just going to trot out the exact same rhetoric, the exact same stuff, and it is wild. I mean, when you see these clips, you're going to be like, was I exported to 2 years ago? Like, it's like the exact same language. Let's get in. I'm not going back. No, I'm not going to get your chicken jab either. Sorry, not sorry. Conveniently timed for Trump to be taking office too. No big deal. I'm sure there's nothing going on there. By the way, huge reminder, until they're gone, which will probably be by the end of this week, 45% off all of our winter flavors. I said they're for a limited time only, and they are. You can get them for $11. Our gingerbread K-Cups are 17% off, nearly 20% off. Stock up today. Absolute massive deal on our sugar plum, hot buttered rum, gingerbread, vanilla sugar cookie, and our gingerbread K-Cups. I'll leave a link in the description below. Stock up. It obviously lasts a long time. Started to see articles like this. The bird coof uptick in the U.S. has the CDC on alert for lockdown level red flags. The CDC is tracking the bird coof closely, watching for signs to infringe on your freedoms again, watching for signs on how to force, everyone to get the jab. There's a confirmed case in Wisconsin, one in the whole state, and of course it was leading the entire news. It was the number one story on local news. The latest numbers show 66 cases in the entire United States, 66 out of hundreds of millions of people. The CDC is taking a holiday break and will resume updates back on January 3rd. Whoa, I thought it was an emergency. I thought we all needed to be, social distancing and considering locking down. But you're taking vacation? Identifying epidemiologically linked clusters of the bird coof. Human cases might indicate that it is better able to spread between humans, the CDC spokesperson told Newsweek. CDC is searching for genetic changes in circulating bird coofs that suggest it could better transmit to humans. Or are they doing more research? Are they trying to figure out how? Obviously, I'm not saying that, but some people might say, "What are they trying to figure out how they can get it to?" Here's this article: over 900,000 chickens at Ohio farm have the sickness. 900,000 birds that will probably have to be destroyed. I don't really know what the treatment is for this. The farmers, the ones producing the livestock, they realize they have a problem in the barn pretty quick. All of a sudden, they've got birds that are just passing away, birds that aren't acting right, they're not eating, and all these things that are immediately they know from the start. It's really impacting growing live animals, and industry standpoint, products are very safe, Brian Baldridge said. So now we're going to have, chicken's going to cost 8 times as much too. What a coincidence. Remember when all those like chicken processing farms just kept burning down and everyone just thought that was a weird coincidence too? I happen to remember that. The risk of transmission can be higher for individuals who work directly with the infected animals. Well, no kidding. At least 931,000 chickens were involved at just single farm when detected. Officials quarantined the facility. The birds are depopulated, that means killed, to prevent the spread of the disease. A control area and surveillance zone is set up to monitor other facilities nearby. So they euthanized 1 million chickens. 1 million of them. This is also seemingly a byproduct of factory farming. Too, when you have these many birds crammed together in, suboptimal conditions, in cleanliness, things like that. More than 70% of California's dairy cow herds are also infected with the bird coof. 71% of all herds have caught the bird coof, forcing Governor Newsom to declare a state of emergency and the government to announce new testing. Well, what do they do to the cows when they get it? Do they also depopulate them? So now we're going to have a beef shortage, a chicken shortage. A number of confirmed cases in humans are now 70. Last week, the CDC said the virus had likely mutated in a Louisiana patient who contracted the country's first severe case. Mutations could allow the virus to better bind to nerve endings in the respiratory tract and initiate infection. Although scientists say this is not yet a cause for alarm, generally cases have been mild in humans. Here we go. Are you getting those so familiar feelings back? Are you getting those feelings back? A December study published in the Journal of Science, the Science Journal, or the Journal Science, found that the bird coof strain found in dairy cows is now in the U.S. only need a single mutation. Well, how did they do that? Did they do gain of function research? They only need a single mutation for it to be able to spread among humans. The American Veterinary Medical Association noted in a Monday report, the longer the virus circulates unchecked, the higher the likelihood it will acquire the mutations that needed to cause a pandemic. Bird flu has also been found in pigs, migratory birds, West Coast cats who drank raw milk. Ooh, the raw milk too. And ate recalled pet food. Outbreaks have been detected in all 50 states since 2021. According to agricultural officials, bird coof infections in poultry have resulted in rising egg prices. So we're going to have an egg shortage, meat shortage, price increase. And then you've got here this woman who used to run the CDC going on there to say this.
What should be happening in the Biden administration right now that isn't going on?
Yeah, there are two main things that they should be doing in the days that they have left.
She's clearly putting on her white lady accent.
First is to get testing out there. I feel like we should have learned our lesson from COVID that just because we aren't testing, it doesn't mean that the virus isn't there. It just means that we aren't looking for it.
Well, we got to sell more Chinese-made tests. Okay, got you. Step one.
We should be having rapid tests, home tests available to all farm workers, to their families, for the clinicians taking care of them so that we aren't waiting for public labs and CDC labs to tell us what's bird flu or not. And the second very important thing is this is not like the beginning of COVID where we were dealing with a new virus, we didn't have a vaccine. There actually is a vaccine developed already against H5N1. The Biden administration has...
Oh, I see. So people stop taking the coof one. Don't worry, pharmaceutical industry. We know that you need your billions of dollars. So we're going to get out there and get on the news and say people need to get the bird flu jab. Now, I assume she means just farm workers, but who knows?
Contracted with manufacturers to make almost 5 million doses of the vaccine. However, they have not asked the FDA to authorize the vaccine.
Oh, so we need another emergency authorization. How'd that work out the last time?
There's research done on it. They could get this authorized now and also get the vaccine out and to farm workers and to vulnerable people.
Okay, farm workers that at least, and vulnerable people.
I think that's the right approach because we don't know what the Trump administration.
Because Trump won't do it. We also don't know if this is any kind of a serious sickness. I thought that it's the symptoms in human subjects were mild. That's what they told me.
Is going to be doing around bird flu. If they have people coming in with anti-vaccine stances.
Talking about RFK Jr.
Could they hold up vaccine authorization?
Why? In case you don't remember, former Planned Parenthood head, there was a little thing called Operation Warp Speed. One of the biggest stains on Trump's legacy, one of the most inconvenient truths about his presidency that enrages people every time I bring it up. You think that Trump, again, who pioneered Operation Warp Speed, headed it up, still to this day brags about how quick he got that jab out there to the public market. You think he's not going to, what?
If they don't want to know how much bird flu is out there, could they withhold testing? I mean, that's a possibility. And I think the Biden administration in the remaining days should get testing and vaccines widely available so that at least it empowers state and local health officials and clinicians to do the right thing for their patients.
Dr. Wen, is bird flu in humans super dangerous?
Well, the World Health Organization estimates that in prior outbreaks of the bird flu,
the
mortality rate is 52%. 52%.
Ooh.
However, in this most recent outbreak, it seems that most cases have been mild, and maybe some people even have asymptomatic infection. But the question is,
so is it 50% of people die, or nobody even gets sick? Oh, she doesn't even know. But go get the jab.
I don't know what happens when bird flu affects more vulnerable individuals. People infected so far in the U.S. have been mainly farm workers who are working, presumably generally healthy, as opposed to what happens when you get to children.
Oh yeah, all those kids that took the coof jab. The group of people that was completely relatively untouched by it, that you all forced to get the jab, that you all forced to stay home from school. Give me a break. They're trying it again. They're gonna make people panic buy chicken and eggs and beef. They're gonna tell people, oh my God, well, you might as well just get this too while you're here. Is it another mRNA jab? You know what I mean? Like, the rapid test is how they pulled the last time. This time, they know only the weak will take the jabs. But if they are transmitting, they won't need many. I mean, here we go. Here we go again. Hope you're informed by this. I will continue to cover it. Please do subscribe or follow to the channel to stay up to date. Don't forget the link to our winter collection. It's probably going to sell out today or tomorrow, so stock up. The gingerbread, if you're waiting to try these flavors, that's available in whole bean and ground. Just want to make sure it gets out there to the public. Link in the description below. We'll talk to you again real soon.